Hey, so today we're going to look at this PSP. The current fault of this, I can't remember when I had it, but I think the fault was a cracked screen. And as you can see on the side of this, we have something wrong going on here. And it might be related to, I think, a screw over there. I haven't opened it yet to have a look, but what we can do is check to see if this actually powers on. So let's have a look. Maybe it'll work. I think we're having problems trying to start this up. Well, it doesn't. Oh, we have power. So it looks like there might be a problem with the power button here. Must be something to do with this bulge. But as you can see, the screen is all cracked up here. Let's see if it does actually work. The back seems to look okay. The drive on the back, that seems to look alright, so we can try and test that out. I have a game here, which is the good old Assassin's Creed. I think I had that from a charity shop as well. It's worth looking in charity shops if you get a chance. You usually find quite a few hidden gems in there for about very little money. I think I paid £1 for that game. It's about 70 cents, I guess, in America. So well, that's a surprise. The actual UMD drive works on this, which, as you may find on eBay, a lot of these models, the back of them, I don't know, the UMDs are usually faulty. So we can have a look to see the system version's out of date. Do you want to update it? No. Okay, so it looks like we'll have to update the software on this, but that shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, okay, so that works. So we know we've got to change the screen. This fascia, we'll get something done on that. Maybe get a white fascia, because the back of it kind of looks okay. I think, if I check, it came with a fascia, the back battery cover, that's it, not a fascia, sorry. So it came with a back battery cover, and that kind of looks okay as well. It just needs a good clean, that's all, because these things can be quite crusty when you get them at first. Let's see if that fits in correct. Okay, so that fits right. The buttons work. I don't know about this, if that works. It looks like it might. Can't see anything inside to say that it might be faulty. But we can test that out as well when we get this up and running. What else is there? These buttons, perhaps? Well, the volume one works. Apart from that increased volume, the start button works. Select it. I can't tell if these are working either at the moment, but okay, at least we know roughly where we're at with this. Okay, so now we're going to start pulling this apart to see what the damage is inside. So let's have a look. So this should come off quite easily now, hopefully. Can't see any other screws that would stop it. Ah, there we go. So what do we have inside? So this could do with a bit of a cleanup. You can see that there, let's get the tweezers. You can see that inside here you've got the small piece of plastic which should go on there, I imagine. Yeah, they should go on about there for the screw, but that's broken. These buttons. All this could do, well, I suppose I'm going to be replacing all this anyway. In fact, what I could do is, oh my god, look at the state under there. What the hell? This is what you'll find on eBay junk stuff. You know, this one's not so bad, but that, you know, that's going to cause problems. It looks like someone spilt liquids on this, so my thought is that there might be liquid damage. So if there's liquid spilt on this outer shield, then the high chance of there being liquid damage on this. What usually happens is underneath these metal caps, liquid seems to settle and dry out, and then it stops the contact. So when these get pressed, it doesn't make a contact. So there are ways of cleaning these domes out, but they never go back the same again. So I don't know, that could be faulty. I can take them out anyway. Take those out. So what I could do is put the battery back in and test to see if these buttons make contact. So we can see that the volume button works. That one doesn't look. Okay. It looks like we're going to have to replace this bar. That's not a problem. I could try and clean that out. Or maybe do it on a separate video. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to clean, or rather replace this. Shouldn't be a big issue though. Just to take a closer look at this, see what's inside. So if you look there, I guess you can kind of see a bit of corrosion underneath, right there, and that's caused by the liquid damage. You could separate these two pieces, like separate this metal and the plastic and clean behind it, but I've got a spare one of these for the moment, so we'll just roll with that and then see how that goes. Okay, so the best tool I'm going to use for this is the flathead screwdriver. So we're going to try and remove this screen very carefully. Well, I say that, I'm trying to do it as careful as I can, because when I start doing this on the working PSP, then you know I want to be as careful as I can really. When I start working on the PSP, I don't want to crack the screen, so I'm trying to be as careful as I can. So that seems to lift it out of the pins. There seems to be 4 of these dents, metal dents on the casing, and they kind of fit into these gaps here, so you need to free those up. You can feel the ribbon on the back of it, so we just lean this backwards, and you can see that they've got 2 zip ribbon locks here, which need to be, I think that's lift forward. Lift this one back. There we go. That should slide out. There. So that's the removal of the old screen. So let's have a look what model that is. As you can see, that's the model. There's no markings on it to say that it's branded. Oh, wait there, yeah, Sharp. So it looks like Sharp. I don't know if you can see that. It looks like Sharp made the screens for the original PSP 1003. Okay, so what else have we got? How does it look inside? So inside doesn't look that bad. Whatever that was spilt onto this doesn't seem to have gone straight through into the working parts of it. It just seemed to have been along the top on those buttons. Yeah, nothing seems to be out of line there, and I can't see that anyone's been inside this. Let's check under these buttons just to make sure that there's no liquid. So can we see under that? Oh, that's weird. So this one has got a metal sheath, and this one hasn't. So I can't see anything on the inside of there, like any liquid spills or anything like that. So I'm guessing these are fine anyway. You know, I'll come back to that after. So now we got that screen off, it's time to get the other one, start work on the other screen. I'm going to try and remove the screen on this one and swap it over. So this has the working screen. Obviously I want to be very careful of this one and make sure that I don't damage that screen, otherwise this whole thing has just gone to waste. And it won't be the first time I've cracked LCD screens or anything like that. I mean, I've cracked plenty of them. And it's not a good feeling. We don't need this sticker anymore, do we? I'll try and get that out. So let's be very careful with this now. Let's not break this. So that's that side. Remove this back and do these little zip locks. I think that's what they're called. I'm going to call them a zip lock. I don't really like using metal on these because I have pierced one of these before, one of these ribbons with metal, by accident of course, and it's very, very annoying because you could have a working screen and as soon as that is damaged, that's it, it's game over. So I don't want to be messing with this too much in my hands. All this is going to be changed again. This is just a small test for my satisfaction, if you like, just to make sure that I know that this is working and I can invest some money into it then, get it up and running properly. Oh, I can see what's happened. So, what's happened here is the inside of this, there should be a white circle going around here, much like on the inside of this one, you have like a small black circle, but there. You can't really see it, but there's no way I can tighten the screw onto this. Oh dear. Okay, how do we do this? Alright, so let's see if we can see if this actually works. But there should be like a small thin plastic washer, similar to much like this one up at the top. If I show you, but there you can see there's like a very thin piece of plastic. Well, it's disappeared from here, and now the screw that should hold this case on won't hold on. So this is what I'm thinking to do, is to remove this board, put some sellotape underneath, and then use some super glue to create just a bit of a hard layer so I can put a screw through it. So we'll try that out. So I'm just going to turn the camera off and continue with this part. This could be a little bit messy. Right, so finally I've managed to get the screw into the hole but there. It's quite hard to see from this angle, but around here it seems to have worked, albeit there is a little bit of a bump there, which I can't do anything about at the moment, but maybe if I kind of cut around there a little bit more, I could try and get that a bit more flush, but we'll see if it works. I hope it does work anyway. Yeah, you can see this. It's only a small bit there that it's affecting. You know, it's marginal, but that will bother me. So let's have a look to see if it works. Please work. check the battery. Oh, I think the switch might be a bit dodgy, but hey, okay, I'll have a look at that switch. Hopefully it's just something I can fix quite quickly. Either that or the battery's run out. Yeah, the battery looks like the battery's running out, so that could have been why it just jumped off. But oh, that doesn't look like it's working either. Another fault. Okay, I'll investigate that again. I'll just pull this all down and double check that. And also check this switch at the same time. So finally, after hours and hours of work, it's up and running. Major problems. The main issue we had was the right D-pad wasn't working correctly, but when I opened this up, I noticed that the inside of it, along this part here, there's like a metal bezel. It was folding over on the side, which was obstructing this part, so I had to like bend the metal bezel back a little bit, only very slightly with the pliers, and then this seems to work now. So let's have a fully look at it. Let's have a look. So we've got this, which is now working correctly, up and down, left and right. All the buttons were correct as well. This also works. I did have a problem where this didn't come working correctly, because when you press the buttons you didn't get the volume, and that was simply due to the ribbon which connects to around this side of the board just wasn't plugged in correctly. But overall, yeah, I think it's back up and running. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, leave a comment, up to you. Hopefully I'll have some more content for you in the upcoming weeks. Yeah, thanks very much. Thanks for watching.